What's good, YouTube? This is RPU here, and I'm back again with another video. And guys, in my previous video, we had talked about everything Flare Finance, from the upcoming D-Flare airdrop to the DeLorean NFTs. Shout out to all the EXFI and soon-to-be Spark holders out there. July 4th, man, it's going to be fireworks. Now, in their latest community update, Season 1, Episode 4, Flare Finance had made the announcement that they were about to launch these new EXFI lockup pools, which would offer boosted SFIN rewards. Well, Flare Finance has released new information on these lockup pools, and that is what I'm going to share with you in this video today. Let's talk about it. So, Flare Finance says here are the details on the upcoming time lock staking pools in Flare Farm. There are two EXFI pools. Both EXFI pools will begin simultaneously, but will have 90-day and 180-day lockup periods. So, just like we had speculated, you can lock your EXFI up for either 3 months or 6 months. They also have a EXFI SFIN liquidity pool token pool, which will have a 90-day only option. Flare Finance says these pools can be entered at any time, but once staked, users cannot be removed from the pool until the end of the lock period. The lock period ends relative to the pool launch date, not on a per user deposit basis. So this is not financial advice, but if you're trying to get the maximum amount of yield and you're not going to need your EXFI anytime soon, then you're going to want to lock your EXFI up at the launch of these lockup pools in order to get the full 90-day or full 180-day lockup period. Because the lockup period will end the same time for everybody. It doesn't depend on when you deposit. So if you wait, you're not going to get the full 90 days and the maximum amount of yield. Flare Finance says SFIN rewards for these pools are boosted by 1.5x for the 90-day pool and 1.75x for the 180-day pool compared to unlocked pools. SFIN rewards accumulate in the same manner as for regular Flare Farm pools and will be directly claimable. That's what's up, man. So you may have your EXFI locked up for a couple of months, but we will still be able to claim our SFIN every week and continue to roll that SFIN over into the SFIN pool and continue to compound and create that snowball effect. So it's good. Flare Finance says these pools are undergoing final testing and auditing and will be launched as soon as this process is complete. All EXFI in these pools will be eligible for the D-Flare snapshot and airdrop if the snapshot falls in the lockup period. Okay, so shout out to Bright Life, because I know you had asked me in my comments if we stake our EXFI in Flare Farms, will we qualify for the D-Flare airdrop? The answer is yes. It's been confirmed by Flare Finance and Flintstone. So continue to stake and continue to accumulate that SFIN, boys. Flintstone says details regarding the upcoming EXFI time lock pools, which will be introduced to Flare Farms. Flare Finance says we have entered the final testing and auditing of our new time lock staking pools. Final lock mechanics and parameters will be announced in the following days. Please refer below for the initial details on our 3 upcoming Flare Farm pools. XRP Fabian decided to take a shot at Flare Finance and said, so if you get in early enough, you can rug pull on those who have locked in and can't do anything but watch. No thanks, fool me once. Well, I mean, the all-time high of EXFI is like $13, and we're currently at like 75 cents. So if they were going to rug pull, it's already been done. You know, I mean, what are they going to do? Rug pull 75 cent EXFI to zero? Flintstone responded to Pete and said, I predict you'll be complaining about the top SFIN holders' vote power in 3 months' time. Wow, so those who have the SFIN will have the power and the governance vote when it comes to Flare Finance. So continue to accumulate that SFIN, boys. We are going to have the SFIN, and we are going to have the power and the say-so when it comes to Flare Finance. David Sicarios responded to Flare Finance and said, "This is mainly to boost EXFI holdings and somewhat stabilize the price, assuming this is based on the fact that this massively rewards EXFI. Great incentive-based rewards. I agree. Waiting to see things grow, to see what SFIN can do. So far, governance, right? And will be used across the DeFi system." That's what's up, man. But we need the price to increase and to stabilize. Once it does that, then I'll feel better about using it to take out loans and Canary Dollar and stuff like that. But right now, the prices are just too volatile. But Flintstone responded to David and said, "This is correct. Make sure you read the information that I linked you." And I was like, what information is he talking about? He was talking about this right here. Flintstone provided a link to the white paper and a medium.com article, which both talk about governance and the SFIN token. So on page 24 onwards of the white paper covers governance staking. And in this Flare Finance Medium article, they talk about the APY cloud, and he says this is another good read on the ecosystem map. So I will save these for another video. This Medium article is a 20-minute read, so I'm going to save this for another video, but I'm pretty sure it's really good. Like, I've been reading through some of the Flare Finance white paper, and I don't know why I didn't read the white paper earlier, but there's a lot of good things in there. You know, especially when it comes to like Flare farms and understanding D-Flare, and like it's a lot of good things in there. So if you want to read the white paper and you want to read that medium.com article, I can provide the link in the comment section, but I will also be making a separate video on that medium.com article. Now, Whiskey Jack responded and said, "This is interesting. Do we have to move over manually?" Flintstone said, "Yes. These will be separate pools, and the original pools will remain also. So it's optional. So it all depends on what your strategy is when it comes to Flare Finance. Are you cool with just staying in the pools that you already have, continuing to compound, or are you trying to chase that maximum amount of yield and get the most amount of SFIN for your staking?" Just depends on you. None of this is financial advice. You know, you do what you want to do with your own money. But if I decide to move over to one of these lockup pools, I may have to change my spreadsheet around, you know, when it comes to tracking and tracing these SFIN rewards every week. But it can be done. D-Day responded to Flare Finance and said, "The EXFI SFIN pool I am already in. Do I have to leave the existing pool to enter the new one?" Flintstone said, "You don't need to, no. The time lock pools are an additional extra, and the current pools will remain. You don't have to, but if you move your EXFI over to this lockup pool, you will get boosted SFIN rewards." So there is an incentive to lock up your EXFI. More people will hold it. Locking them up will create scarcity because there will be less EXFI on the market, which will also, you know, increase the price because there will be less supply, but there will be demand as well. So yes, there is an incentive to lock up your SFI, you know, and if you're going to lock up your SFI, then you're going to want to do it at the start of the pool's launch. Mr. Lageson, I don't know if I said that right, excuse me, but he asked Flare Finance, he said, "Will it be possible to stake our Spark tokens?" Flintstone responded to him and said, "On the mainnet version of Flare Finance, yes." So like I talked about in my previous video, Flare Finance is going multi-chain. And so when we get this D-Flare, we'll swap it for Y-Flare, stake that Y-Flare and earn YFIN. But on top of that, we'll be staking our Spark tokens like we're staking our Songbird. And maybe we'll be getting Spark token delegation rewards every week. It's kind of the same thing, just on a different network. So, if you've been experimenting with Flare Finance, man, you picked up some valuable skills that are going to transfer over to the Flare mainnet. Now, Ron responded to Flare Finance and said, if I lock up my EXFI during the 90 days, can I take my reward of SFIN during the lockup period? Thana Simos said, yes, you should follow him as well. He is the project manager at Flare Finance. So yes, you can continue to claim your SFIN rewards every week and continue to roll them over into the SFIN pool and continue to compound them and create that snowball effect. So it's good. Even I had to ask for my subscribers. I asked, hey Flintstone, hey Bannock, I understand there will be a random snapshot for DFlare, but will I receive the Flare Finance DFlare airdrop staking my EXFI in Flare Finance, or will we have to unstake and move it? Flintstone responded to me and he said, all EXFI staked on Flare Finance will be eligible for the DFlare snapshot. It's good. So continue to stake and continue to accumulate. Flare Finance says we have entered the final testing and auditing of our new time lock staking pools. Final lock mechanics and parameters will be announced in the following days. Please refer below for the initial details on our 3 upcoming Flare Farm pools. So we have 2 EXFI pools. You can lock your EXFI up for 90 days, which will give you 1.5x in rewards multiplied. And this 90-day pool is dishing out 0.411 SFIN in daily pool rewards. And then you have the 180-day lockup pool, which is offering a reward multiple of 1.75x. And this pool is dishing out 0.479 SFIN in daily pool rewards. So it's dishing that number out every day in rewards. These daily rewards that are being dished out are higher than the non-lockup pools. So there is an incentive to lock your EXFI up if you want to get that maximum yield. And then they have a EXFI SFIN liquidity pool token pool. For those people who have been providing liquidity to the decentralized exchange FlareX and they've been earning liquidity pool tokens, you can stake those tokens in this pool for 90 days, giving you a reward multiple of 1.5x. And this pool is dishing out 0.616 SFIN every day in daily pool rewards. That's high. But the only way to get these EXFI SFIN LP tools is to provide liquidity to FlareX. And I don't have any of these LP tokens because I've been staking in Flare Farms this entire time. But for those of you who have been providing liquidity, this pool is open to you. I had just recently learned about these LP tokens by skimming through the Flare Finance white paper. I should have read that in the beginning, man. I would have been so much better off, but I've learned so much in this short amount of time experimenting with Flare Finance. So I think I'm going to be good once the Flare mainnet launches. But I'm currently in these 3 pools right here, and the rewards that they're dishing out every day are a lot lower than these lockup pools. So this SFIN pool is only dishing out 0.13 SFIN per day. The EXFI pool is dishing out 0.27 SFIN per day, and the Wrap Songbird pool is dishing out 0.27 SFIN per day. Now these new pools that are getting ready to launch are dishing out way more SFIN rewards on the daily. The 90-day lockup pool is dishing out 0.411 SFIN per day. The 180-day pool is dishing out 0.479 SFIN per day. And the EXFI SFIN liquidity pool token pool is dishing out 0.616 SFIN per day. Way more SFIN is being dished out in these new EXFI lockup pools. Boosted SFIN rewards. Way higher than these regular pools. But you can do what you want to do. You can continue to stake in these pools. You don't have to move them if you don't want to. And if you feel like you're going to need your EXFI later down the line, then don't lock them up. But if you feel like you're not going to need it, you don't have to worry about it, then you can lock your EXFI up and get these boosted rewards. Let me know what you think. What are you planning to do? Are you planning to lock your EXFI up? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at RPUReloaded so you can get my latest updates and retweets of things that I think are interesting in the crypto space. And on your way out, make sure you grab one of these decent biometric hardware wallets. With this wallet, you can store all of your favorite Songbird assets, including the upcoming D-Flare airdrop. These wallets are going for $160, but if you use my referral link, I can get you $50 off, man. I got the plug. Link in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is RPU, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.